And then, yeah, right now I'm with Fortinet and also a strategic partner of Alibaba Cloud. So let me know along the way if you've got any questions, right? So we shall start. So today is just a very high level briefing on what's the offering of Fortinet itself and some background and some high level products which you can sell later on. All right, so first of all, for anyone that isn't familiar with Fortinet itself, I want to provide a little background on what we does. So Fortinet is one of the largest pure security company in the world by any measure, including the revenue, market cap, and also the in terms of shipment. So Fortinet is publicly listed in Nasdaq, and then with a market cap of $20+ billion. And it's also one of the member of the S&P 500 with a. So in terms of billing wise, 2019 we exceeded with $2.6 billion of billing. And in terms of customer wise, 1 in 3 customer of the S&P 1000 are Fortinet customer, which also translate back to about 440,000 customer worldwide itself. Right. So in terms of portfolio itself, Fortinet has about 30+ security product itself, which is a makeup of one of the largest portfolio that any cybersecurity firm has currently. And most of it too is being R&D itself inside our own premises, and it's not like brought over and just start the thing. Right. So in terms of okay, I mean it's not just a hearsay kind of thing. Also recognized as a leader across. Sorry. Oh, so it's recognized as a leader across various institute. The first one, I think NSS Lab is the most recognized those third-party certification in terms, especially when it comes to a technical security vendor. So in total, we have about 9 recommendations for NSS Lab, the largest, I think, for any of the security firm currently. See, our closest competitor, Palo Alto, is still about half of the recommendation by NSS Lab. So in term, in the Gartner, which everyone is very familiar with, this is like our 10th year in a row that we are being marked as the leaders in the leadership quadrant for the network firewall itself. So yeah, so all these numbers speaks for themselves instead of me doing the marketing. So Fortinet itself, we have the broadest security portfolio in the industry itself. Or the way you can see, we started off as a traditional network security firm, and then from then on, we actually move on towards what the market need is. So with Alibaba, we actually have this multi-cloud security, and then with the multi-cloud security, we can incorporate the endpoint security, email security, and also to protect your web application, right? So we have a lot of AI and anti-bot this machine learning capabilities to cater to current zero-day attack. So when we talk about cloud, what do we talk about? So basically when the customer asks you about the cloud security, mainly it's about 3 pillars. That is the network security, the application security, and the platform visibility and control, right? So any of Alibaba's customer, when they ask you about what about network security, what can we protect? So it's all about these 3 pillars, which I will go further into details, right? So the first one is the network security, which is very common, and I think everyone knows about it. It's just like a physical on-prem network security. So it protects the integrity of your network and application. And one thing to note, Fortinet itself, right, we are able to provide visibility across all the cloud itself, whereby most of the cloud vendor nowadays, they are only able to provide to one cloud provider currently, right? So yeah, of course, needless to say, the AI driven and also so the next one I will talk about is the application security. So right now, as more workload move towards the cloud, a lot of applications are hosted in cloud also. So we need to have a centralized protection for our web application, right? And especially right now, we are doing a lot of container itself. We also have this FortiWeb itself, our one of our product to do the container security, right? So when all these various product of this Fortinet join together to form a fabric cloud, right? It actually automate all the threat response within the Fortinet security fabrics. That means the rule set, everything, right? You just need to deploy once and then it can be replicated across all the VPC you have across all the region itself. And lastly, I think it's also a very big concern of the customer nowadays to have a platform visibility and control, right? Because right now, a lot of this vendor itself, they only cater to one or two cloud provider visibility. That means once you use their software itself, they don't really have a end-to-end visibility. Like the configuration, the policy is either you have the network traffic flow or stuff like that, but you cannot drill into config. And then also from our side, we are able to generate out the PCCI report, or the compliance report, and also the management report across one dashboard itself. And in terms of operation and orchestration, it's all being automated. That means all the rule set, right? You just need to configure once, and then the platform itself will automate push out to all the various VPC. So there's a very high level on the three offering, the application, network, and the platform visibility. Right now, we're going to the licensing model. It's like how the Fortinet product, security product is being sold in the cloud world. So we have two types of model offering. One is bring your own license. One is pay as you go. So bring your own license is a perpetual license currently. Is similar to the application itself, just that this license itself is a virtualized one, right? And it's actually a prepaid and annual license. So everything function as the typical hardware appliances that you have on-prem currently, right? Just that right now it's virtualized, and then you can carry on, carry over the license number into the cloud world itself. And then, so for bring your own license, right, you just need to set up the instances in Alibaba Cloud. Then after that, you bring port over the license number into Alibaba Cloud infrastructure itself, and then everything can be done. So another one is the cater for the latest market trend, that is pay as you go, which is similar to Alibaba Cloud instances also. So you just need to go to Alibaba Marketplace, do a purchase in Fortinet. After that, it's like a monthly bill. Alibaba would bill you monthly, and then you just pay accordingly, like hour, annually, or monthly, according to Alibaba itself. Yep, and this is exactly the same as what Alibaba has offered for their instances. Any questions so far? If not, I'll just go on. So in terms of subscription model, what can you get from Fortinet? So it's in terms of CPU, and also there's no RAM restriction. That means you go by the number of CPU, 2, 4, 6, and 8, and 16 is the flavor currently we are having inside Alibaba Marketplace currently. And in terms of support, so previously we don't cater for any support that is tapped onto the cloud provider support, but currently we actually bundle all the 4 various support into the cloud platform. That means the pricing you see, right, is actually inclusive of the FortiCare support already, right? So a lot of people ask, it's like, so in the midst of it, how do we do an upgrade? So let's say in 6 months of using, your business suddenly ramp up very fast. you can actually do a co-term SKU. That means you upgrade to the next level of the SKU, pay the differences, and then continue the subscription. Right? It's very fast, especially for the cloud world. I think within 5 minutes you are set up with a new CPU environment, and you can get things going. So all this actually support the private and public cloud. So, okay, very fast on the licensing model. So right now it's on the key use case. So typically these are the 5 scenarios that we have seen that enable us to sell in our Fortinet product itself. I mean, the fastest one I would recommend you is on the web application security. Because right now, as a lot of companies move on to the cloud, application is hosted in the cloud world. So we always tell them you need to actually protect the web application. From Alibaba side, their security, they are only liable for security within their own VPC and infrastructure itself. So for web application, right, because as a user, let's say you from home, you actually access the web application, right, in between the traffic and the API calling itself, right, the security is not catered by Alibaba. It is not their liability to provide the security. That is why Fortinet come in to complement their infrastructure. So this is always the low-hanging fruits to sell into their environment itself. So secondly is like for this cloud infrastructure, visibility and control. Because right now a lot of people are doing a hybrid cloud. That means an on-prem cloud. Then after the non-core application, they'll move on to the cloud level itself. So which means there's a hybrid cloud environment. That means on-prem and to cloud itself. And then a lot of a lot of customers are struggling because for this they need to deploy 2 sets of ruling, one for on-prem, one for the cloud itself, and also in terms of visibility, they also need to have 2 sets of visibility. That means a cloud provider itself, they will have their own sets of this control panel or visual panel for you to view, and then on-prem itself, all the hardware will have another set. That is why Fortinet come in. We have our single panel of this visual, I would say a screen for you to see all the traffic and all the compliance report across the on-prem and also to the cloud itself, right? And then the third one is when you, for this mid and enterprise level, there's the cloud security service hub. That means you actually centralize all the security management across all the clouds. Plus, let's say you have a lot of VPC across the region itself, like Singapore, China, Hong Kong, and then the Europe side. You actually use this security service hub to do the basic set, the first set of security rule. Then after that, you push out to all the VPC itself. This is to ease the visibility and also the ease of management for all your rule set. Because in case for the typical environment itself, let's say you have the HQ did one basic rules already passed on to this, let's say Singapore team to do the integration into their current security environment. Let's say the system engineer accidentally did some error, right? It will cause, I think, quite a big hoo-ha. Especially this morning itself, Tokyo Security Exchange actually was down because of the network issue. Right now, they are still trying to see what's the issue. So yeah, so all this is very important, especially for security-wise, because once you have one mistake, right, it will affect the entire network security. And currently, for this container security, because currently customer need to deploy this modular application in order to cater to the rapid market competition. That's why container security itself is very important in this current world, right? And yeah, this was the hybrid cloud which I mentioned earlier. So a very brief idea of where the presence in where the Fortinet Cloud business in APAC itself. So we are actually partnering with all the cloud provider, and then AWS, we have the largest listing, and Alibaba, we're actually ramping up with all the marketplace listing. So once you go into Alibaba marketplace itself, you can see we have around currently I think around 8 products with about 12 market listing, and we are also the strategic focus part ISV of Alibaba Cloud. So in Alibaba, we have a global reference in this Korea itself on the one of the largest fintech. Yep. So across AWS and Azure itself, right, you will see we have quite a number of global references with the cloud provider itself. And in Singapore, we are we do have a global reference with Zurich Azure for Zurich Pharmaceutical. So some of you who are selling Azure itself, I think y'all will know that this is one of the biggest deal for Azure itself, yeah, which we help them to win over the case. So one thing to note is like 85% of our top 30 cloud customer has also purchased hardware with us. That is today, as you being a reseller of Alibaba Cloud, right? We actually can work together to tap on our current install base to help to upsell or uplift the Fortinet cloud purchase itself. Because right now, I would say cloud business is cloud security, especially in this pandemic, is picking up very fast, and there's a very high demand. So we actually, I mean, to be frank, we don't really have the hands and legs to cater to everyone. So Fortinet is a very partner-centric company. So we actually tap on our partner resources to help to sell across to the region. Which is why for Alibaba Cloud, especially in Australia and UK, we are doing very well, and also Hong Kong, because they actually help us to sell into the various universities, which I will mention later. Yep, so this is how you actually can make purchase on the Fortinet product itself, that is on the Alibaba marketplace. Then after that, you will see some banner on this Fortinet. And then also you can do a search here for Fortinet product, and then all the various Fortinet like firewall or that will come accordingly. But if need be, once you have a really keen or really have some case to follow up, I can do a handhold for a few cases to tell you like handhold you to teach you how to sell, and also with your technical people. I can do a handhold session with my technical folks to help you all to sell the first few cases, after which I think your business will ramp up, and then you can run on your own. So this is a typical this DMZ zone of IT infrastructure itself. So you will see this the whole cloud security hub actually mimic traditional DMZ security architecture, in which the FortiGate actually provide the security, firewall services, and also a secure connectivity VPN services into and out of the security environment. Okay, so this is like the whole Alibaba DMZ security environment. We actually provide the security pieces. Right. Then this environment actually leverage the Forti Authenticator to authenticate the user, the Forti Manager and the FortiWeb to protect their appliances, and the Forti Analyzer to analyze all the traffic and user experience. Right. So this is one of the this is the most outstanding use case I would say we have did with Alibaba Cloud itself. In 2020 Q1, when the world has faced a lockdown itself, and most of the university students, especially from China, has to return back to their home country. I mean, just to join with their family, and also, yeah, because a lot of university actually closed down. We actually work with, but then they are at the same time they have to go on with their studies in their university in order to graduate in time, and also and a lot of universities having issue to connect back to the various regions across the globe to their main campus itself. That's why we actually work with Alibaba to provide a business continuity. Especially, we started off with Australia first because that's where we see the largest base of students from China itself. So we did this business continuity solution. That's the typical solution you have seen here, the remote user VPN in and stuff like that. So we managed to break into this 20 plus university in Australia. And in terms of Q1 alone, right, we have generated about 300K bring your own license sales itself. Because at the same time, because at that time, we didn't really foresee the business will pick up so fast. And then our marketplace with Alibaba integration didn't really ramp up to cater for this need. That's why it's all bring your own license sales. But currently, all the marketplace is already in place, right? So we actually leverage on this Alibaba cloud and network infrastructure to provide the remote learning solution. And this is very successful because at the same time, you know, currently all the cyber war is going on, to be frank. And then we do see a lot of attack being going on currently, especially all these university, right? Especially that time the East and West is quite sensitive, and then we do see a lot of attack being done across all this zone. But then it's still business as usual, and then we have a lot of good report from all the university, which is why we actually replicate out to the UK. So currently UK is the second region itself, which brought us up, and it's like 2 or 3 times this revenue currently. So for Singapore side, we are also working with Alibaba Singapore to see how we can sell across to their university in Singapore. So yeah, if any of your reseller is in the educational sector, yeah, perhaps we can talk. But this solution itself is not just catered to the university, but also to a lot of office workspace. So currently, we also provide this whole set of solution, right, to a lot of enterprises and this SMB itself. So some of the local FSI in Singapore itself, they are actually in talk and then doing a POC currently with us to purchase this whole set of solution. Right. So currently, there's also one of the hottest topic is the virtual banking. So this is one of the cloud reference which I wish to mention to you guys. So like WeLab is a fintech company HQ in Hong Kong. They actually bid for the Hong Kong virtual banking license. So they were like quite surprised to have awarded, and then within a few months, right, they need to launch their services to the market itself because it's a mandate by the government. Once award, you have a certain time frame. And then as you guys know, to purchase the hardware appliances, it will take a while to deliver and also to deploy also. So we actually work with the cloud provider to do up the whole infrastructure within 2 or 3 weeks itself. And then everything, the multi-layer security requirement, especially in terms of financial requirement, is especially higher. And then at the same time, it has to be natively integrated with cloud infrastructure itself, right? And also we need to integrate into the WeLab core finance services. And all this, right, is I would say everything was being done within 3 weeks itself, and the whole infrastructure and the compliance is being certified by the Central Bank of Hong Kong. Then everything is up and running, which is quite impressive because in a typical hardware scenario, 2 to 3 weeks, I mean, 3 weeks time is only when the hardware is being delivered, right? Then by then you do your UAT development, then it will be another 2 or 3 months gone, which is why they see this value inside this cloud infrastructure. So YetPay is also another one of the financial sector which seen our value and then actually tap on this cloud environment to do all this. So Cathay Pacific also, because to save costs and across the region itself, they want to save a lot of costs, especially in this current pandemic. All right, so the last part, and just to summarize, what Fortinet can secure a workload with, that means we provide a complete visibility across the hybrid and multi-cloud infrastructure itself. And then also we are compliance with all the reporting for various regulation, be it PCI DSS, all the various compliance. We can actually do out the reporting to cater so that your C-level, like everyone, can see what are the type of compliance, and the network security team also. They can actually see where is the flaws and stuff like that. Okay, and then we also do, this is the basic one, the native integration with all the cloud infrastructure to provide the management system for automation. Automation is very important, especially in the cloud world, because everything is to be very fast. And then single pane of glass security. That means you just need to do one security rule set once and then deploy across all the region itself. So these are, I would say our partnership with Alibaba is very initial. So I think end of last year towards now, but we have managed to gain quite a bit of our customer, and more is coming out. So what you have seen here is all the public reference only. So we do have a lot of customer which are not public reference, but of bigger customer. So this is one of the notable references. It's picking up very fast, so fast that we don't really have the hands and legs to do it. So we are right now recruiting a lot of partners with Alibaba Cloud to upsell our security itself. So let's say if your company is really keen on it, you can actually reach out to Claudine or me and talk about the partnership, how you can upsell further. And then we can do an in-depth discussion on the account mapping, and then how to upsell, because we need to see what's your current customer base, and then see which type of customer suits you best, and then we can do some customized solution accordingly, and then do up a deck for you to upsell to your customer. So this is more or less what I have for my presentation. Is there any questions?
Yeah, if you have any questions, you can actually unmute yourself, and then we can have a voice-to-voice discussion here.
Yeah, correct.
Maybe Tasvin, what are some of the pain points that you think people will have?
Okay, a lot. Okay, as a reseller itself, a lot of customer will be asking you right now, because you're as a customer, I already subscribe to the the native security of Alibaba Cloud. So what is the value of Fortinet itself? So as what I've shown you all just now is like you can tell them it's like we actually complement Alibaba Cloud, because they only provide the security for the infrastructure environment, whereas for Fortinet itself, they do an all-round defense. That means they actually defend your application, and also the AI learning in the application rule set. That means when there's a zero-day attack, right? Fortinet actually come in to ensure everything is in place and up and running without affecting anything.
I guess if everyone has no questions, then we'll end off now, because it's 10 a.m. already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great. Yeah, if there's anything, you just email Claudine will do. Then we can carry on from there.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.